Time to talk donuts. Dunkin is coming back to Canada, and when I heard the story, I wasn't excited. I was kind of wondering why. Peter Mamis, who is from Foodtastic, he is the part of the chain bringing this back. He's CEO. He was on with Elias the other day, and Elias asked the question, why now? To which he said this.
Because right now, everything has changed. So, the Dunkin' that's coming back is not the Dunkin' that left. Inspire Brands, one of the U.S.'s biggest restaurant companies, bought Dunkin' a few years ago, and they've done an amazing job rejuvenating the brand, making it younger, more relevant, cooler. They've changed all their liquids. The coffee's better. They've got refreshers. They've got protein drinks. They've made their breakfast sandwiches taste better. And they've been a lot more relevant with the younger clientele, the 13 to 35, where they've gone out and gotten big stars like Tom Brady, like Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Sabrina Carpenter, Ice Spice. So they've really zoned into that demographic. And when we're looking at the coffee landscape here in Canada, you have the premium coffee, like a Second Cup, which biasedly is the best coffee in Canada. And then you've got like the Tims and the McCafés, right? And I think that Dunkin' can actually compete really well with those. I think their products are better. And I think the timing now is just perfect for them to enter the market.
Okay, so that's Peter Mamis, the man behind bringing Dunkin' back. But as I said, are we underserved by donuts and coffee? I've eaten at Beigne, which I think is one of the best donuts in the city. There are other chains, local chains like Homer's as well. So let me try to find out. George Giannopoulos is co-owner of Beigne. George, how are you?
How are you today? Thank you for having me on the show.
I'm happy to have you here. I mean, I was kind of surprised when I heard this. I'm curious for your reaction to find out Dunkin's coming to town.
Well, Dunkin' is an iconic brand. It's a fantastic brand to bring back to Canada, and the Mamis brothers are very capable of doing that. They've grown a very successful company, a homegrown company, and I'm sure they can make a success of it.
Does this hurt you? I mean, a local donut shop?
No, we're a little mom and pop donut shop. We make everything ourselves every day throughout the day. It's a completely different concept. We're hands-on operators. It's different.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, George, as different as it is, it's also the same. It's donuts.
It's a different type of donut. The Dunkin' is very geared to the beverage segment. They're strong with their coffee. In the States, America runs on Dunkin'. That's their slogan. Yeah. And they've really geared themselves in that way. I'm a fan of Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh.
Whenever I cross the border, I go for a coffee. I have my favorite dessert there in the States, coffee cake muffin. And
look at you.
I think something happened when they left, especially the Quebec market. The brand was not concentrating on it. Maybe we were too small a market, and I think it's a good concept to bring back. Okay. Will it affect us? I don't think it's going to affect us. We're a different product. We're really geared to freshness, to making people smile, providing great customer service.
And you don't do coffee, right?
No, we don't do coffee.
Only
at
donuts,
all.
Right?
We have drip coffee, but it's us drinking most of it. We really don't concentrate on coffee.
It's you drinking most of it? You mean the people working there, the employees?
Yeah, the people working.
See.
Yes.
Okay. You almost sound like you'd be interested in getting a Dunkin' franchise.
You never know. You never know.
Well. Yeah. Okay.
Listen, like I said, there's enough of a market to go around.
Okay. Fair
for
enough.
Everybody, and everybody has their own niche. So it's good. It's good. Whatever comes into the market, that's a great concept. Like I said, Dunkin' is an iconic brand. It's come on, who's going to compete with Dunkin'? But they've geared themselves a little bit differently.
So when I first brought up this story, when it came out, I had some people who were doing some work in my house, and they happened to overhear this. And one of the guys had worked at Tim's for like 20 years, Tim Hortons, and said that no comparison. He said Dunkin' is so much better than Tim's. Is that an opinion you share?
I think so, yes. I'm not really a big drip coffee drinker, but like I said, when I go to the States, I really like to have my Dunkin' in the morning.
Listen, I wish you well. As I said, I love supporting local businesses. I've been to Beigne. I've been to the store many times, and I wish you well. I would ask one question. You're doing well where you are. Why have you not expanded?
Because we like to keep it a mom and pop shop. We like to keep it with one location.
Okay.
We take care of it. It's really a family-run business. It's me and my two partners, their father and son. My kids work here. We have the same employees working here since we opened. We just celebrated our 5th year in business. It's great. It's a nice feeling to have people come in and enjoy what we're doing.
Okay, fair enough. Listen, can someone order from Bernie Ben? I mean, if I was to go on Uber Eats and buy like a dozen donuts, could I do that?
Yes, of course.
On Uber Eats?
Uber Eats and DoorDash. Of course you can.
I'm going to do that as soon as we hang up. George, I wish you the best of luck. I thank you so much, and hopefully look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you,
Take
Aaron.
good care.
Have a nice
you
day.
bet. You too. George Giannopoulos, the co-owner of Bernie Beigne. And again, that's not, I could be honest with you, that's not the reaction I expected. He actually thinks this is a good idea. You know, it bring more attention to donuts and coffee. It's maybe good for everybody, and he obviously thinks they're a good operator. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we need more donuts. I wonder what this does to Tim's. That's going to be an interesting sort of take, right? They're both basically in the same business. I wonder if this will hurt Tim Hortons.
iHeartRadio is throwing it back.
2010s, the decade.
To the days of huge hits and unforgettable anthems. A non-stop stream of the biggest and best.
Drake, Rihanna, Beyonce, Katy, Gaga, The Weeknd.
And more. All your decade-defining favorites all in one place.
Hi, it's Katy Perry.
Hey, it's Bruno Mars.
This is Kesha.
Find 2010's The Decade on the free iHeartRadio app. Preset the station so it's always one tap away.